Right, next up to expose himself literally is our good friend Eamonn Baker. Eamonn was born and reared here in Cregan. He's been involved with community arts and community development programs, projects and events since the late 1970s. Eamonn also facilitated the Cregan Writing Project in 2010 and 2011 and the subsequent anthology Moments, which was published by Guildhall Press in 2011. Other recent works by Eamonn include Remembering, a collection of local stories derived from recordings of First World War memories, which was published by Yes Publications in 2009, and he was editor of Moving Pictures by James King in 2008. And we're all, just on behalf of everybody, particularly delighted that Eamonn is back to full health and able to join us for this session here today. So without any further ado, can we please have Mr. Eamonn Baker.
I was delighted to be asked to facilitate those creative writing sessions. Marion from those sessions is here. They were a joy to me, and I'd like to believe they were a joy to the participants. So this is a poem it's also about the struggle for communication and intimacy within our family. We weren't great huggers. We didn't say we love you, and it's in that territory, this poem. It's called Cargo. I edge myself closer towards your prone self atop the tight quilted marriage bed, human cargo of dreams stranded under a hitch block grey wrap. I'm in for the night. Shift work demands you will wake erect from 12 to 8. I stumble over our hurdles and plant a fearful soft kiss by the sleeping flowers of your shut eyes. Later, I chide myself, red fire baking at my shins. Was I taking or giving? Maybe that question is absurd. Had I been taking, you probably would have stirred. Yet in that moment I was taking, both too close for comfort, and with you dead to the world, too comfortable for closeness. This is a love poem. So it seems like maybe they're all love poems in their own way, a love of this community, of Cregan, of place, of people. It's called Our Windows. You are grace. I bow before you, and as you pause, brilliant blue eyes, please, may we dance a tantric dance now, and later again, now and again, now and again, until that eternal sun bursts our windows. That's it.
Including the row of stories and of story collecting in particular, do you find it difficult to edit, to cull and to be ruthless and to take out the red pen and go, no, I'll not put that in when you're interviewing someone?
That's a really good question, because on behalf of Towards Understanding and Healing, so it sounds like a project similar to the Unheard Voices. I have interviewed something like 17 people who have experienced the most awful traumas in their life in terms of the Troubles, from right across Northern Ireland and maybe even beyond, waiting on word on another interview. And it's almost like some of these interviews are going to 40 pages. Now, even if I take out my very erudite questions or my very empathic questions, you're still getting 30 pages. And I'm saying, what of that do I really want to edit out? And so there are two things in the book. One is the trauma, and the other is the healing of the trauma. What worked to support you, given what happened? And I find it very hard to edit those.
So how do you make the judgment?
I'm inclined towards a judgment that is saying, we have the money, that's Towards Understanding Healing, let's put the whole lot in. Take out the questions, integrate them into the text and put them all in. And then the fear is, that'll be boring, that people will not be as moved as I am. So I'm struggling with that.
Okay, totally fine. And I'm only asking this because you correctly predicted the question earlier. What next for Eamonn Baker?
If you talk about wee fantasies or we dream, I hear people saying Arts Council, a collection, and but I'm deeply.
The application to say up there, maybe. Yes.
I would need to write then. I'm deeply interested in the work I'm doing with Towards Understand Healing, and that will come out. That book will have to come out by November at the latest. So that's important. And I would love it if it comes out that we would have in the room. We're going to have Protestant Unionist loyalist people who have suffered, and people from the community I come from who have suffered, but also who have been able to find ways of dealing with that. Not in all cases now. That's to be oversell it. There's some people who are saying, no, I'm still suffering, I'm in trauma here, and can't find a way out.
But people like you are always there and always willing to talk to people and to help them on that path.
Yeah, and I think people like us here as well, like Carl and others.
That's great. Eamonn, thank you very much for it.
Thank
Lovely
you.
seeing you back in Great Job.